Hello everybody, it's Mark from Tiny 4x4 and we're back again with another release from Orlandoo. Today I'm unboxing a 1/32 scale radio control officially licensed Scania R650 tractor unit. So let's have a closer look at it. We've got the usual largest, deeper size Orlandoo box. And one of the first things I'm noticing is the weight of this thing. There's an awful lot of plastic in here and metal. I think we're somewhere just shy of 850 grams in this box. So this is the most complex kit they've released to date, the most number of parts, and probably going to be the most challenging to build. So I wouldn't recommend this for people who don't enjoy making airfix kits or people without modelling experience. I think there are better places to start in the Orlandoo range. But with that said, I think this is going to be an enjoyable build. So we've got the usual, it's telling you what's not included, so you don't get any of the electrics in the box. This is purely a rolling tractor unit. You need a radio, a receiver, an ESC, a motor, a servo, a battery and a charger, and then they're recommending their own gear here. It's 210mm overall length, 80mm width, 125mm high. The track is 67mm and 62mm between the rears, and then the wheelbase is 99mm plus 42mm. Front between the wheels. So there's not much else to see on the outside of the box, so I think it's time to crack on and get inside. So here we go. First out the box, we've got half a ton of etched metal parts. I don't know if you can see those clearly. There's quite a lot of detail parts there that are going to need sorting out. I can see some stickers in there as well, the Scania logo stickers, the V8 symbol. So all good. Your normal set of Orlandoo stickers. I don't know if you can see how thick that instruction manual is. Plenty of documentation with this kit. It's nice that they include a paper manual, and as always with Orlandoo, you've got all the part sprues laid out in the front, so you know exactly what you're going to get in the box, or what you should get in the box. And you've got the part numbers so that you can source replacements if you need them. There's all your etched parts, your chassis beams, all the metal parts, the screws, the gears, fixings. You get tools in the box, and then these are the key to the symbols that are used throughout the instructions. So sometimes you're making more than one set of something. Sometimes you need to paint, sometimes you need to glue, sometimes you need super glue. And then sometimes you've got optional parts, and then you're straight into the build, starting with spring hangers by the look of it. As with all the Orlandoo kits, this is going to go together really nicely, I'm sure. The instructions are really clear. I think with this kit in particular, it's going to take some studying of the instructions to make sure you're putting it together right, because it looks like it's going to be quite complex. Working fifth wheel. Perhaps before we go any deeper into the box, it's time to just clear up a few things. You only get the tractor unit in here. You don't get the trailer that was shown in the promotional video that Orlandoo released. This kit has been provided to me free by Orlandoo, so thank you very much to them. I'm grateful for that. So this isn't an entirely what's the word I'm looking for? This isn't an entirely unbiased review or anything like that. I'm just doing an unboxing at this point. So you don't get the trailer, you don't get any electrics, it's just a rolling truck, and all the parts that you need you can find at tiny4x4.com, all the electrics and things. It's their standard servo. They're recommending an N20 motor, which I think is going to be slightly underpowered. I can tell you on good authority that there is room here to get the N30, the longer can N30 motor in, and I think that's going to be pretty much an essential upgrade part. You've got an operational fifth wheel here. I presume the trailer is on the way. They've shown us in the promotional video something that looks fairly complete. I imagine they'll still be working on that and pushing for release soon, but who knows? We don't know any more than anybody else at this point. If you're desperate for a trailer, there are various plastic kits out there. Ashima do one, I think Revel Monogram and particularly AMT offer trailer kits. Siku trailers may work for the Siku system, but I'm not sure on that. That's something that needs trialing. So we're getting on to some of the surprises that I mentioned. I did have a sneaky peek at these instructions before opening the box. We've got the PDF version. It looks like airbag suspension on the rear axles, and it would appear that they're at least semi-functional. These seem to be rubber cones over the outside that will provide some form of suspension in addition to the usual dampers that go on, internally sprung dampers. And then you've got your leaf sprung front axle. So I'm not super familiar with the Scania, the one-to-one, but I imagine this is a fairly faithful recreation. Scania have seen fit to put their name to this, so I imagine it's going to be pretty accurate to the one-to-one. There's certainly an awful lot of detail going on in this kit. Probably more detail than you're likely to find in an equivalent plastic kit. It's going to require a ton of surface mount LEDs at various points. You can see them going in here. Now, the Orlandoos always give you internal light buckets, if you like, that allow you to not have to glue the LEDs in, which is nice. However, it looks like some of these are buried fairly deeply in the truck, and you're going to want to think about routing your wiring and things like that at an early stage in the build. So I would recommend that you start thinking about your lighting if you've got one of these on the way, because it's possibly not the best idea to be going back into it to add things at a later date. So similar to the military trucks, you've got a hinged cab, quite a complex hinge mechanism that allows the cab to move as well as hinge as it comes up. Cab floor, it looks like you've got options here to set the wind deflector on the back of the cab to different heights depending on what you're pulling. And on we go. Detail parts on the externals. Mount the cab. Put your wheels together. Similar wheel system again to the military truck with the 10 screws and bolts to hold them on. Nice feature. Bit of a pain to remove them once they're on, obviously, and certainly with the military truck wheels it was worth drilling the holes in the wheels out with a 1.1mm drill just to make sure that they come on and off of those hubs nicely. If you just press them on, it can be quite difficult to get them off. Certainly something I found on the military truck. And there you go, and there we have a container trailer attached to the back, sketched in. So there are plenty of hints that there's a trailer on the way, even if it hasn't materialised just yet. I can see a switch in there with a plug. I'm imagining they're pushing you towards their D4L radio system, so it's a 2pH style JST plug. We've got detail parts. Now this is a new colour, this sort of off-white for the cab parts. It's kind of nice. These look like the spring parts in there. Here we've got the cab body, moulded more or less in one piece. Looks like if you wanted to do the day cab version of this truck, you'd need to do some modifications to that. If you want to lose the sleeper unit, they may well bring out variations of this truck at a future date, maybe a 4x2 version, maybe the day cab version, who knows. Your screws and tools as usual, a ton of tyres. I can see 11 tyres in there, the wheel hubs, these additional parts as well for the wheels, shiny mirror parts, cab detail parts, more plastic. These look like fuel tanks and things in the sides. I think that's a really nice touch on this kit when you look at it from above. I can't remember where the picture was, but you've got all that detail hidden in the back there that you'd barely even see once it's all together, but they've included it all. And then we've got the axles. These are, let me bring this one closer, you can see in the top bag there the little rubber airbag things. I'll pull those out in a minute. The other thing to mention about this kit is you get solid axles in the back. It is possible to upgrade to open differential axles. You need the MG2 460 size axles, differential axles, and that will, I think for the uses most people will be putting this to, it's going to be an on-road truck, and it's mostly going to be trailer reversing fun, I imagine. So having the diffs in the back is probably a worthwhile upgrade, because it will significantly increase your turning circle. It's probably going to be quite frustrating trying to get this thing to turn with two locked rear axles. So more stuff, transparent parts, and then I can see chassis legs in there, steel chassis legs as with the other trucks, and that's the end of the box. Right, so I'm going to try and keep this video fairly short, but before I go, let's just have a closer look at these airbags, because this has been intriguing me. I've been busting a gut to open this thing, and I had to get all my orders out last night, so this is the first opportunity I've had to actually get to grips with the kit, and yet they are definitely fairly soft rubber. And they're going to concertina up presumably once they're mounted, and provide, I can't imagine they provide an awful lot of springing, but they're definitely going to assist those internal shocks on the back. It's going to be interesting to see just what kind of how stiff these things are at the back and how much weight it can actually carry. Something else that I can offer some hard found wisdom on is avoid buying a die-cast trailer. I picked up a fantastic Marge Models low loader, beautiful thing, it's really nicely detailed die-cast trailer. Unfortunately it weighs I think it was 1.1 kilos unloaded, so this thing might just about be able to pull it. It's probably going to be doing wheelies the whole way if I do attempt that. So I've got myself a very nice piece of shelf dressing for a not inconsiderable amount of money, and I recommend, unless you want to do the same thing and just want it for the shelf, or to push around, then it's really not an option for using with your RC. What else can I look at? Where's my knife gone? Let's get the chassis legs out, just have a quick look at those. There we go. There we go. They've skipped the Orlandoo text that you got on the military trucks, and you've just got the logo there at the back. I assume that's the back, that might be the front actually, who knows. But yeah, not particularly thick, but they probably don't need to be. I'm sure once all your cross members and things are in, it's going to be quite stiff. Yeah, it just looks amazing. This is really going to be fun. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, think about subscribing to the channel. Check us out at www.tiny4x4.com. We do have these kits in stock. Not sure how long they're going to last. They are proving popular. More will be on the way if they are out of stock when you visit. And join the Orlandoo Builders Guild Facebook group if you want to find out more, because there's a lot of knowledge and friendly folk on there. So thanks again, and see you soon. I'll just do a quick PS note on the end of the video. If you're still watching, I've just pulled the wheels out just to see what they were like. That was a bit remiss of me. It seems like we've got plastic hubs. Yeah, plastic hubs that are chrome finished, and solid rubber tyres. So this thing is definitely an on-road, intended for on-road use only. But it should be a fun build. Okay, right, I really will stop there. Thanks again. See you all. Bye.